Hello my friends.
We are delighted to welcome you to the Barrens.
I decided to test the effectiveness of the Tavern Pass by trying to collect all of the gold on the track before the new expansion.
Today we will tell you if the Tavern Pass turned out to be useful enough, then share some tips and discuss illegal ways to grind XP.
But before we start, we want to draw your attention to some important details. You don't just need to complete the reward track to get the entire collection of an expansion.
According to our calculations, you need to reach level 340, provided that you spend all the rewards received during the expansion on crafting new cards. Thus, the economy of Hearthstone gives you the theoretical opportunity to get more resources than you need per expansion. And the second detail. This experiment was only possible thanks to the new progress system. In the past, it was extremely difficult to get 100 gold daily without using an aggro deck.
So let's get started. In order to pick up all the gold from the track, you will need to get a huge amount of XP, over 600,000 points.
If the expansion phase lasts 120 days, in addition to completing weekly quests you will need to receive 4,169 XP daily to collect all gold from the track. Tavern Pass holders require nearly 4,000 XP per day. The longer the expansion phase, the less experience per day you need and vice versa.
Which modes are the best to grind experience?
The best place to grind XP points is the basic game formats, Standard, Wild or Classic. Time spent in casual, battlegrounds and duels will give you 25% less XP on average.
How long does it take to complete the track?
To get 4,169 XP per day, a free 2-play player must complete a daily quest and spend 8 hours playing in one of the game formats, provided that his win rate is 50%. If you are a lucky owner of a Tavern Pass, you need to spend 2 hours less under the same conditions. So, if you're looking to climb the top of rewards track, purchasing the $20 Tavern Pass is essential.
Is it important to monitor your progress?
Definitely yes. You should write down the amount of experience you receive every day. I completed almost 80% of achievements, and received 5 invitations to complete a quest with friends. This slightly reduced the XP required to complete the track to 3,630 XP per day. So to complete the reward track I have to continue playing for 5 hours daily. I'm earning slightly more XP than is necessary to complete the track. In about 10 days, I will fully complete my rewards track.
What strategy for grinding do you recommend?
First, play a ranked mode using an effective deck. The higher your win rate, the more XP you get.
Secondly, use control archetypes. In the long run they will give you a little more XP.
While testing different ways of earning experience, we found that XP does not start to be counted immediately after pressing the play button. If your opponent surrenders after the mulligan phase, both players do not gain XP at all. Based on this, we have a theory that experience points begin to be credited a little later. If this is really true, then playing aggro is a little less productive. Regardless of the strategy you prefer, we advise you to use Deck Tracker. This application will allow you to slightly increase your win rate and will also track your win statistics. Make sure that your match does not last longer than 30 minutes. This is especially important if you are playing in Battlegrounds mode. If the fight for top 1 is too delayed, it is better to surrender and move on to your next game.
But, was all this effort worth it?
That's a great question, Dora. When I started this experiment, I knew it wasn't worth it, but I was interested in testing the usefulness of the Tavern Pass. My usual pace of play was 2.5 hours a day. During the Dark Moon Fire phase, I earned 12,500 gold in 120 days, which gave me 125 packs.
On average, 125 packs contain 7 legendary cards, 25 epics and 4,100 dust, provided you get rid of extra copies and all golden, common and rare cards. These resources are enough to get a very good collection of cards for most classes.
I spent $20 on the Tavern Pass, and played 2.5 hours longer every day. This allowed me to get 8,000 more gold to buy packs.
80 packs will contain 4 legendary cards and 16 additional epic cards as well as 4,000 dust.
In our opinion, the remuneration absolutely does not correspond to time spent in the game. Several legendary cards and 16 epic cards, most of which are likely to be useless, do not deserve such an enormous amount of effort.
The new progression system made the economy fair, but at the same time killed all opportunities for grinding gold fast.
Hearthstone has never rewarded players for a large amount of time spent in the game. On the contrary, the longer you play the less benefit you get. Overall, this might actually be a good approach. I appreciate that Hearthstone doesn't punish players who only log in to complete a quest and don't want to play for too long. Despite this, we believe that players who spend a lot of time playing every day should be able to get a collection of cards faster. This can be done in a myriad of ways. The new progression system allows the introduction of rewards exclusively for certain groups of players without affecting the economy as a whole. We made a special video about this. Don't miss it.
Guys, what do you think of ways that allow players to effortlessly conquer the rewards track?
We know of 3 main ways.
The first is AFK Method on Battlegrounds. All you need to do is press the play button and after a while pick up some XP points and then repeat the action. This strategy allows players to effortlessly generate 240 XP per hour. The main disadvantage of this strategy is the potential ban, since you violate the integrity of the PvP battles. In the past, Blizzard banned World of Warcraft accounts for AFK in Battlegrounds. At the moment, we have not found a single message about bans for AFKing in Hearthstone, but that could change at any time.
The next way to get XP easily is to use clickers. Players install a special utility, set a certain order of actions which the program repeats cyclically. For example, they click on the play button, and then on the hero power.
The program will cycle through these 2 actions, which will automatically start matches throughout the day. This strategy will give you approximately 340 XP per hour. Of course, the use of clickers is cheating. It is very easy to identify and ban a player who uses this method. Regardless, I sometimes meet opponents on the ladder who use clickers to grind XP. Perhaps these players are not a problem for Blizzard.
And finally, the third way is to use smart bots. The sellers of such applications claim that they are the creators of unique artificial intelligences that will play for you and even win. This means you will be able to generate up to 400 XP per hour and move up the ladder.
In 2014, Blizzard carried out large waves of player bans for using game automation software. Recently, the community has noted an increase in the number of players using bots, which may lead to new massive account bans. Dear friends, using an AFK strategy or game automation software violates the user agreement and may lead to sanctions. Even if you manage to trick Blizzard, it doesn't mean that your opponent won't notice you're cheating. One day, one of the opponents may complain about you.
If you want to receive a large collection of cards without investment, you will have to put in a ton of your own effort. There are no easy ways to get additional resources. Even if you purchase the Tavern Pass, it will not have a significant effect on the speed of your progress, unless you are ready to play 5 to 6 hours a day.
If it is very important for you to receive a complete collection of cards, but you are not ready to spend so much time on Hearthstone, we recommend that you buy a pre-order for $50. If you use the free resources correctly, this will be more than enough to complete the expansion collection. Yes, it's expensive. Yes, for this price you can buy a full AAA game or several indie games. But in Hearthstone, a complete collection of cards is more of a privilege than anything, one that requires either a large amount of time or financial investment to get.
By the way, a very interesting video was released that explains why Hearthstone is so expensive. Find out why Hearthstone cannot rely solely on cosmetics for monetization. Do not miss this video.
But most players do not need an entire collection of cards, among which many are useless.
You can get almost the entire collection of useful cards for free if you collect and use your resources in the right way.
Here are the conclusions I came to based on the results of the experiment. I've never played Hearthstone that much. Honestly, I thought I would hate Hearthstone after 1 month of active play, but unexpectedly for me, I loved Hearthstone even more. In a few weeks I will take all the gold from the track, open packs and publish the results in our community tab. I definitely had an unusual experience, but I don't want to repeat it. I had no idea that playing for so long could be so difficult. I want to play with pleasure.
We changed our mind about the Tavern Pass. If resources are more priority for you than cosmetics, then buying a pass is useful in very rare cases.
For my usual speed of progress, this deal is not attractive. Thus, with the release of the new expansion, my short journey into the world of premium players is over, and I will again become a free-to-play player without regrets.
Finally, we want to ask you, have you purchased the Forged in the Barrens Tavern Pass? Do you find this purchase useful?
Leave your opinion in the comments, and also join the vote on our community tab.
We will be extremely grateful to you for liking and subscribing to the channel as well as for turning on all notifications using the bell icon. You can also join our squad of loyal patrons and help us create new videos.
Dear friends, from all of my robotic heart, thank you so much for any kind of support.
Alright, that's all for today. Thank you for being with us.
And special thanks to Chris for his invaluable help.
We will definitely meet in a new video. Good luck.
What?